So I recently stumbled upon the greatest skateboarding contest run of all time. And as tempted as I am to just play Dennis Busnitz's Tampa Pro Run, where he won and should have also won Skater of the Year that year, it's actually not that. It's a actual contest run that took place today, I think, at Tampa Am. What's different about this contest run, other than like maybe the other contest run where the kid does like the back three kickflip, lip down the handrail and stuff like that, is that run was like a 45-second, maybe a minute long run, which is pretty standard. But Tampa and Dam Am and Border Am, it's kind of like a common format now to have a jam session, which multiple people skate at once for 3 to 5 minutes. And then whoever skates the best in that section advances to the next round. And the next round usually consists of like 2 1-minute runs or 3 1-minute runs or 45-second runs. Time varies depending on the contest. But this run is during a jam session. So there's a couple factors to take into consideration. One, there's other people zipping around and you have to dodge them. The other thing that you have to take into consideration is this is three and a half minutes of this kid doing a run. I mean, it's a run because it's one continuation. And normally like people are going for like their best tricks to stand out. And then in between their best tricks, they're trying to do these like sort of keep it together tricks. Usually it's a lot of, I don't know, like lip slides and basic warm-up tricks. This run you're about to see has a couple of those, but for the most part, it is a whole lot of tricks that personally I don't care about, but I cannot deny the difficulty of them. They sort of follow the main line, the known theory of tricks that score well. So basically like flip ins is like one of the number one ways to go. I remember watching the early Tampa Ams when I was coming up, and that you could still win Tampa Am with like flipping your board once. Like you could kickflip the big pyramid, do a bunch of good transition tricks, do some 270 in tricks, and then do like a big air or something like that, and you could still win. It wasn't really until I remember Cody McIntyre was one of the first skaters I saw win Tampa Am, where it was like flip trick heavy, and not just like, you know, doing tricks down the big rail there, but like his board was upside down a lot. And then as time progressed, you just had to flip your board more and more. You couldn't even make it to the finals for the past like 5 years without like doing several flip-in difficult tricks, because everyone realized that's the thing that's going to score the highest, so that seems to be what they all practice. This run is just non-stop that. This run is just like a really good, hey, that trick scores well in all the other contests, I'm going to shove that in here kind of run. I think to win Tampa Am these days or to place good, you do have to like also skate transition, and you have to also do a gap or like skate the big handrail. You have to be doing grinds. You have to be able to do everything. It's like you don't have to be an ATV to win this contest, but you have to sprinkle in a little bit of something, a little bit of everything, and he does that with just like a whole lot of ridiculous tricks. Now, like I said, these are not my favorite tricks. I don't really care about like hard flip back lips and big flip front boards and all these like popular tricks just because they've been done into the ground and they're sort of like white noise to me now. And this kid definitely is known for like having stock tricks of like big flip front blunts and stuff like that. He's done big flip front blunt, big double flip out, I'm pretty sure. But to string them all together for this long of a line is just ridiculous. Here we go. We're just going to watch it. Okay, so here we go. Here's how the thing starts. This is the beginning of the jam. As you can see, there's other people skating with them. First trick that he starts off with. I already missed it. Was that kickflip front board? I think so. Blunt frontside flip. Very little kid style blunt frontside flip, but he definitely did it. 360 flip, which is like the modern day contest skater's kick turn. I like how he's like hustling as if he only has like 1 minute to get this run down, but you'll see. Like kickflip back lip is one of those tricks I don't care about. But I could never do that under pressure like that. It would take me like half an hour to even commit to one. Okay, kickflip front blunt big spin out. I'm sorry I'm pausing it. You probably want to see this in one raw take. If you want to do that, I will link where this video is in the description. But to do big spin, or to do kickflip front blunt big spin out, and then to casually be set up for fakie big spin, which he does a bunch in this, like that is like something that would like be an Instagram hard post for like a lot of skaters, which is that I know that's ridiculously cringy to say. Big flip front board, once again, not a trick I really care a lot about. And obviously, since he's this kind of skater, this sort of like tech rail skater, he's going to stay in this section a lot. And it does get a little repetitive of the bump the rail and the down rail stuff, but it's so technical and difficult that it's just like there's no way to deny how good it is. Like, no matter which way you slice it, this line is insane. Kickflip frontside feeble. That was his first grind. Oh, I don't even remember seeing that varial flip. What a random flip trick. So the varial flip was just to get across the course, I guess, to be less boring. For a second, I thought he had to do it to turn his board around, but no. Hey, we know him. This guy right here, that's Repel. He's really good. Kickflip front blunt. Like, this kid's front blunt game is pretty ridiculous. That's what he's known for. Like, on Instagram, it's like 60% of his tricks are like crazy front blunt variations. That back feeble to back 5-0 is a prime example of a filler trick that added nothing to his contest run. Like, there should not even be a tally mark for that. Because maybe in like a different contest that's not Tampa Am, you might get like a little mark. But once you're in a back feeble, you're already pinching on the heel side back 5-0. So to lift it up like that is just adding a little bit of flair. It's like the equivalent of smacking your tail on the coping in some respects, except for even then, I think smacking your tail on the coping shows a little bit more board control. That's just, yeah, a filler trick. But just think of it like this. He's just crossing back to the park to get to what he wants to skate. That's just him crossing. He rides for Jart? Random. Front feeble, once again. He's just getting speed to get over here so we can do a 540 nose grab. Like, I'd also like to point out, backside flip into that is also really sick. That's probably my favorite trick of the entire contest. I'd also like to point out that this contest is so, like, oversaturated with people that everyone's falling and smearing the sweat everywhere, and everything is ridiculously, like, slippery. Also, it's in Florida. Humidity sucks. You have all these people stuffed into this stuffy building, and they're all breathing in there. It is one of the slickest parks ever, specifically during this contest. I remember the first time I did Tampa, I just remember, like, hating the park. And then I stayed an extra day afterwards and skated the park afterwards, and I remember being blown away on how much less slippery it was. Like, it really does. It's like a 50% slippery difference. It's insane that he has, like, the consistency to land all these tricks, to do a backside 540 and be, like, that confident in the power slide pivot, and then, like, to not mess up. Like, at no point in time did it look like he was going to fall off his board. This run is fucked. Kickflip backside tail slide. I mean, way cooler than kickflip backside lip slide. I don't know, the flip into front boards and back flips just kind of bore me. Is he going to do something switch? I don't remember this. Switch, 270, front board. That's kind of another, like, kind of a stock boring trick that contest skaters have on lock. But it's cool that he has, like, a switch trick in this run. Because I think that might be his only switch trick that he does. Backsmith, just crossing the park. That means nothing. But, like, this think of it, like, think of the stamina alone. Like, he's been going nonstop. When he's not riding a skateboard, he's running on his feet to the other side of the park. Big spin front blunt and the fakey big spin. Didn't he already do? No, he did kick for front blunt big spin. Slight variation. That's what, his third or fourth front blunt variation. There's John Bradford. This guy right here. He's about to ollie over the whole skate park. I wonder if he qualified. I didn't watch any of the contests. This is all I've seen so far. Front blunt shove. Kind of a little risky because he's landing in the slippery hip, but at the same time, it's another front blunt trick, so. We're going to call that a varial flip kick turn, even though it's definitely a big flip. Double backside flip. Like, dude, come on. How much stamina do you have? He's definitely pacing his breathing. Like, he's definitely one of those kids. I remember this breath right here. He's definitely, like, done breathing exercise training to be able to do this sort of stuff. Look at this. Like, of course you're stoked. Tray flip in. Yes, that was a lot of front blunts. Yes, that was a lot of vaguely repetitive tricks, but I don't think that there's any denying that that was the longest and most stuffed of difficult tricks ever put into one run. I'm not saying that this is the best ever done on a skateboard in the history of the world. I guarantee that there's been a skateboarder who went to his local park and was, like, warming up and then, like, just got on a run of doing all this tricks back to back and did the most, like, fuck shit you've ever seen. I actually have a random story of Cody McIntyre doing this at Cherry Park, which is all flat ground obstacles. And I remember the first trick he did, it's so random that it's him too. He, like, rolled into the skate park, did, like, a nollie kick turn, then a fakie kick turn. He ollied up onto the mantle pad, dropped down, and then did switch flip front crook on, like, the tall concrete bench. And then proceeded to do, it must have been, like, 35 different tricks. And they were, like, different tricks. Like, it wasn't, like, switch front crook variations. It was, like, switch tail 270, and then backside tail slide big flip, and then backside nose blunt pop out. Like, it was just, like, all these different tricks. But in a contest setting, especially Tampa Am, probably the most difficult contest to win because everyone's just, like, absolutely all out with this contest. Like, everyone's just, like, giving it their all. anyone can win Tampa Am. I firmly believe that. It's just a matter of whoever lands all their tricks for their run, because everyone there is just Hail Marrying it. Everyone's like, here's all my hardest tricks, and I'm going to try to land them in a run, and we'll see what happens. And when you have 200 plus people doing it who are on that level of skateboarding, some of them just randomly pull that shit off, and that's when you get some of the craziest runs of all time. In my opinion, definitely not my favorite kind of skating to watch. But even me being kind of critical of this kind of skating, I watched this run and I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, that was ridiculous. So yeah, congratulations to him for not winning the contest by doing one of the most ridiculous contest runs ever, because this is for the qualifier. I imagine his finals run will involve a lot of these tricks, which could possibly still win the contest. We'll see. But yeah, that was pretty insane. I'm sure he won the golden ticket. Highlighted this, though, John Bradford in this last frame, just standing there. Hi, John. So in the description, I will link the full video and the channel that it's on, as well as the skater whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I will definitely butcher it. But his Instagram account, because I don't think he has a YouTube. If you want to see like ridiculously more difficult technical blunt variations and other tricks too, he's not just a blunt kid. He skates literally everything. I've seen him do some pretty crazy stuff on transition too. Yeah, that will also be in the description. Good luck to him and everyone else at Tampa Am. If you want to watch Tampa Am, obviously that's probably live streaming right now, I would imagine. I think the contest starts at 10 a.m. and I'm posting this video a little earlier than normal. So yeah, go. Maybe I'll link that too. I don't know. Thanks for watching.